All right, welcome back to the Brown Paper Bag Show. I got to bake today, and I'm not a baker. It's just not my thing. I'm a little bit intimidated. It is what it is. But if you're new to the channel, Brown Paper Bag Show. Why brown paper bag? Because the best cup of coffee is the color of a brown paper bag. You have to add that much cream. Delish. In order for it to taste good. That is coconut flavored coffee creamer, by the way. All right. So last night, I'm like doing my thing, and I'm like, hey, I get the, can you please, while I'm at work, can you do this bake? I'm gonna text you a recipe. And I'm like, that's not my jam. For you guys who are bakers, I am so impressed with your skill set. I don't have the patience to let something sit because I'm always like, it's not like cooking where you could stir, you can flip, you can kind of check the consistency. Eggs are a great topic, right? Eggs, you can always fold, manipulate, stir eggs in a pan or a pot while you're making them, English style. I love that in a pot. And check, okay, ooh, they're getting too thick. I need to back them off, or ooh, they're not done yet. I got to. With the baking, you got to put it in the oven and leave it. And then there's differences between a gas oven and an electric oven. It's amazing. Convection oven, all that kind of stuff. I'm very overwhelmed and out of my element when it comes to baking, but it is what it is. So today, I'm going to be making brown sugar berry crumble bars. Brown sugar berry crumble bars. And I will put this for YouTube. I'll put this in the description section, and Facebook, I'll put this in the comment, the pinned comment for you guys. The ingredients are laid out here. Brown sugar, vanilla extract, oats. I'm not a fan of, I don't like oatmeal cookies per se. Oatmeal raisin, no. But I love oatmeal and I love raisins. Very weird. I'm gonna have to use a lemon squeezer. I gotta use a zester, apparently. Not a cheese grater. She specifically bought this. It's like, no, you can't do that, whatever. All right, I'm gonna lay the ingredients out. We got 2 desserts to make today because we got a party for the 4th of July tomorrow. She's gonna make the other one. We'll record that later. But this is gonna be brown sugar berry crumble bars. I have to make the brown sugar crumble and the triple berry. How is this triple berry? I only got 2 berries at the store. Blackberries, raspberries. How's it? And strawberry preserves. I gotta see if I have the strawberry preserves. All right. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, never mind. Got that. All right, I'm gonna lay this stuff out and we'll get going. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this. The brown sugar crumble first. At preheat. Okay, I gotta mix it. Let me see all this first. Again, I will write all this out in the description so you don't have to go through the whole thing of it. Preheat oven in a medium bowl. Mix together the flour, oats, brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. So flour first. You have 1 and 1/2 cup of flour. Oats. We have, this was 3/4. This was, excuse me, 1.25 cups of oats. Beautiful. In a bowl, where am I at here? Brown sugar. Yeah, Rolling Stones brown sugar. Daddy loves brown sugar. Brown sugar, this was 3/4 cup, which incidentally, babe, we had the right amount. That what you had on the counter, I didn't have to go to the store for it. I didn't have to. It was perfect. Boom, dumping that in. 3/4 cup of, whoa, I missed something. No, I didn't. 3/4 cup. Oh, the 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I was going to tell you kids, I couldn't find them. I only had a 1/4 cup measure. So for math out there, if you have a 1/4, it's a 1/4, because I know the public school system sucks today. Now, I'm no math genius, but fractions, all that kind of stuff. So the thing, the words in the handle, the letters in the handle that say 1/4 cup, that's a 1/4 cup. $1, 25 cents is a $1/4. Now, I needed 3/4 cup. So 3 scoops of these. Stay in school, kids. Otherwise, what happens is you have to go become a police officer and then retire and do baking videos instead. Okay. Medium pan, bake the flour, oats, brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. So I got baking powder, 1 teaspoon. And it's going to be 1 teaspoon of salt as well. So we're going to do that. Boom, done, deliciousness. And mixing the melted butter. Okay, so I'm gonna melt the butter on the stove. I'm not gonna brown it. We do have a browning video for the butter, if you've ever seen how that needs to be done. I'm gonna brown the butter, pour it in, mix this. That's step 1, done. Let's get to step 2. Okay, while the butter is still melting, I got it on a low heat. Again, I'm gonna leave it as is. I have to grease the pan using Crisco. And, oh, look at this. Little, this is kind of cute. Whatever. Come on, man. You gotta get in there. Ugh. Grease the pan and then put parchment paper over it. You know what? We don't have time for this. So we're going to just get some, we're gonna get some good old fashioned working in there. We're gonna work the pan, okay? I'm gonna grease the living shit out of it, because I don't want anything to stick. Now, parchment paper, I learned, parchment paper has a certain degrees on it. When you go to the store and you look for parchment paper, you actually have to check and make sure that if you're baking something at 450, that the parchment paper can actually stand that heat. So don't just blindly assume parchment paper is going to hold your baking needs and requirements. While that is still preheating, this was not a good idea. While my butter is still melting and all that, and I've got all this Crisco on my hands, wonderful. Okay, stirring this up. I'm going to mix in the melted butter. It says to make sure that there's no dry spots in it. It has to be very, very easy, or even, if you will. I saw a trick online. I'm not doing it with this, with parchment paper, that if you actually wet it, it will fit the shape of what you need. I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing for this specific bake. Yeah, I think the parchment paper will hold because of the shape, the Crisco that's in there. But I did it when I made carnivore crack, which for those who don't know, I'll make it once or two. Butter and bacon, it's insane. I'm like, this stuff's got to suck. It was actually outstanding. And in that, what I do is I wet the parchment paper, and I put it in an old pie tin, and it actually held the shape of the pie tin because of you wetting down the parchment paper. All right, this butter's done. I'm going to, I don't know, let's pour a little bit. Yeah. I have to get used to, when baking as well too, something being enough. When I made ravioli, if you hadn't seen the Thanksgiving ravioli video, you can scroll back. It was very uneasy with I made it with eggs and oil for the flour, and I kept thinking there's not enough moisture to make the consistency of the flour that I needed for the dough. I had to learn to just keep working it and working it, and I'm going to follow the recipe here and not add more butter, which is what my gut wants to do, and I'm going to keep working it in this. This is where you bakers are very, very impressive people. I did this also when I made key lime pie, and I used Nilla wafers as cookies, and the butter, and I was like, man, is this enough butter to make this into the type of consistency that will hold its shape in a pie? So bottom line is, you got to trust the recipe. If somebody puts down a recipe, don't fucking alter the recipe unless you're, a professional chef. I am not a professional chef or baker. I am not Paul Hollywood. Although Paul, blue eyes, gray beard, white beard, white hair. Paul, you and I, simpatico, brother. All right. This turned out good. It's a good consistency that I like that. The oven is preheating. It's at 150. So the next step is, I think I'm going to press this into it. And then this has to sit. Press about 2/3 of the mix to the bottom of the pan and bake for 10 minutes. Place the remaining crumble in the refrigerator. Now that's going to be a pain in the ass because I don't know how much we have in here. 2/3. This is going to be eyeballing it, right? So 2/3, for those who are playing at home, when it comes to math, more than half. More than half. So let's start with half first. right, and I'm gonna take a little bit more out. I'm saying this is 2/3. All right, now I gotta press this in here. Okay, all right, see, following the recipe was a good thing. I am not now intimidated of the fact that, damn, should have used more butter, because it probably would not have been the consistency that I needed. This was good, man. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Actually, it's an electric stove. Which I'm gonna tell you, the electric stove here, when I make anything on top of the range, it gets so much damn hotter quicker than the gas stove that I have. It's unbelievable. This now has been pressed in here. This is awesome. I am now gaining confidence in the process of making this, I don't know what we're making again, triple brown sugar crumble, triple your sister's ass. I don't know. This is okay. I have a corner missing, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. And maybe that was the missing piece of whatever. Okay, all right, so this I'm gonna put in the fridge. It's said to let that sit. Oh, tortillas I gotta finish. Cool. The next step is to make the triple berry filling. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake this. I'll come back, I will time this to where, here's what I'm infamous for. I don't know how many of you do it. You guys ever make any kind of topping and you take your bake out and you don't let it cool and then you put it on there and it just gets all melty? I have to avoid that. My impulse to hurry up has to be controlled right now. So I'm gonna take a break. This is good. I'm gonna get the ingredients set up for the topping and we'll go from there. I am confident so far. All right, oven is preheated. So I'm gonna put this crumble base in the oven for 10 minutes. Because that's what it says to do. Let's do a, how do I do a timer? Time 10, All right, timer's going, done. Now, I have to mix in a cup of raspberries, a cup of blackberries, and I would like to take this moment to apologize and admit when I'm wrong. Earlier, darling, light of my life, when I said that you actually had the right amount of brown sugar off to the side, and it was a waste for me to go to the store and buy more brown sugar, I was wrong, because this part calls for an additional 2 tablespoons. Right. So I'm supposed to put all these in here. Then it says with a fork, mash these mother effers to get them a good consistency. All right. I would have used like a potato masher. I don't think we don't have one. So we got to go in here. Use the mash method. Now again, too, when it called for a cup of blackberries and a cup of raspberries, part of me was like, well, is this mashed up or not? Because the volume is going to change significantly, considering the fact there's going to be more space when you have unmashed stuff. And everybody knows that we like more. Ooh, this is juicy. I'm gonna tell you flat out, it's gonna take you're my witness. It's gonna take everything I have not to just take a spoon of this and start shoveling it into my fat face, because it's fruit and sugar. All right, so that was that part. Then I'm supposed to add in cornstarch and the zest, along with, now it calls for, this one calls for 1 zest of lemon, 2 tablespoons of lettuce, lemon juice, 1/3 cup of strawberry preserves. Now, I have strawberry preserves, and I also have Bear Jam from Apple Ridge Farms. I think I'm going to be an ass and mix them together. So I'm going to do a little bit of each one. This is a 1/2 cup. I'm going to go a little bit less than a 1/2 cup. And I'm going to go here, strawberry preserves. The other one that we always use, Bon Mammon, I believe is the preserves. Oh my God, their stuff, Bon Mammon. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. We get their Christmas calendar. And they give us, they get the 12 holidays of these little things. It's, yeah, Bon Mammon, I guess. I can't pronounce it. Or Bonnie, whatever. It's fantastic. It's probably the best. Jam, I like jam, not jelly. It's just the best damn stuff I've ever had. Apple Ridge stuff is amazing too. All right, so I'm kind of doing a little bit mix and match on this. A little bit more because I am a fat shit who loves his deliciousness. I'm going to mix in this. The zesting of the lemon, that's going to be where it's going to get me a little bit. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm going to do it the right way. But at the same time, I don't know how much. I just don't know how much. So, whatever, man. We're going to get the zester out. Zester's got a sheath. Nice. And then I'm going to do... Man. It's just... I'm not going to be very liberal with this. Maybe a little bit more. I think that's going to be good enough for a little bit of a tart flavor. And that's going to call for half of, I think it's half, let's see how much. This is just going to be a complete eyeball when it comes to this. The lemon juice itself, because it's going to have a tart balanced flavor, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Yeah, we're just going to, yeah. Maybe a little bit more, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, we don't need to be going crazy on this. I think that's considerably more than what is needed. We've got 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, the mixture of the 2 preserves, and then this calls for a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Got the zest of lemon, cornstarch, boom. Yep, let's do the vanilla extract. Yes, yes, yes. I know this could be very overpowering, so I do want to make sure this is very exact. Again, following the recipe. When we were kids, you add this stuff to your oatmeal or whatever, because it's vanilla or whatever. Oh, and you're like, damn, that's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's gross. So just be very, just follow the damn instructions. That's all I got to say when it comes to this. Boom. All right, let's mix all this together. We got 4 minutes and 4 seconds left on the bake. I'm going to let it cool when it gets out. After it gets out, I'm going to put this mixture on top of it. Then I put the remainder of the crumble that I put in the fridge over that, and then you let it cool. And we're not touching this until tomorrow. So, again, the overwhelmingness is anything. Sometimes something goes in an oven. I kind of shit the bed and freak out. I'm not worried about it so much this time. We got a nice, Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh yeah. The lemon hits. Oh, this stuff slaps. This is good. Okay, I did a great job. Okay. I'm gonna get this out, clean up the mess. All right, see you in about 3 minutes when we put it on the counter. Let's give it 20 minutes, and then I'll come back, I'll let it cool, and we'll do it. All right. You know, what kills me is, it may be a guy thing. I don't read shit before I actually do it. There's more steps to this than I anticipated. So you pre-bake at 350 for 10 minutes, the crumble part of it, right? Beautiful. Then you put this on it, our mixture. Spread it out nice and evenly. Then we got more to do. You got to put the remaining berries. I don't think I had remaining blackberries. So it's going to be, oh yeah, I do. I have blackberries and raspberries. you put the remaining berries on there. But I don't think it called for this many, so I'm just going to throw some on there. All right. Oh, fuck it. Who cares? It's fruit. It's healthy. Yeah. All right. Put the remaining berries. Oh, man. I believe it or not, I love tarts, so this is going to be good. And then the remaining of the crumble. And this goes back in at 350 for about 30 minutes, I believe. So I'm putting the crumble back on here. This is good. Man, this is good. This is kind of fun today. It's kind of a fun bake. A little bit of a bake. Okay. You know what? This is kind of cool. I like this. All right, so we got that there. We're going to evenly distribute the crumbs. That's why you only did 2/3 of it and you put it up there. There you go. I'm going to throw this back in for, what the hell are my glasses? All right, I got to put it 30 to 35 minutes, I believe it said. Yeah, pour the remaining with it for 30 to 35 minutes. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, open this up. Okay, that's not bad. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put this on for 30 minutes. Check it out. Time 30. Okay. Reading instructions, kids, is important, and it's something you should do, especially when someone else writes it. They're the expert, you're not. So I'm gonna let this go 30, 35 minutes, and I'll show you the aftermath of it. Remember, like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you want to see. We love making stuff out here. Neither one of us are professional chefs or bakers, but we have a passion for food, if you cannot tell. And, yeah. Son of a bitch. I need to read more. See you guys. All right, and here it is out of the oven. These are cool. Oven racks. These clearly Rachel's the baker. I'm not. I'm like kind of cool. I got a phone call from her saying, text, don't forget, leave this sit on the counter to cool for 15 minutes before you put it in the fridge. This is the end result of it. I'm going to put the measurements, the recipe in the description. If you guys like this, let me know what you think. We're going to eat this tomorrow and enjoy it. And then we got more coming here for the brown paper bag show. Remember, brown paper bag, because the best color of a cup of coffee is the brown paper cover brown paper bag. And let us know what you want to see. Put in the comment section. Tell us what you think and all that kind of jazz. And we appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys in the next video.